squad from the ACC, the Stanford Cardinal, taking on last year's national champion, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Stanford ready to kick it away to start this game. He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Hurricane offense makes its way onto the field to start this game. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Looking for a man, it's Wilcox. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. At midfield, he's got room. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback, and everything looks like pass, but when you see it, when you see that screen, you got to retrace your steps, get back in the play. Nice job by the offense. The defense just has to recognize that a little bit sooner.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Bunch formation for these receivers. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires to the big fella.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Complete. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Needs it to keep this drive alive. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Hurricanes want to pick up the tempo.
We're seeing analytics become a bigger part of college football each and every year, and there is a good example of it. Opening drive of the game, you're across the 50, fourth down, and it says run the ball and go for it. Even if you don't get it, your opponent's going to have to drive a ways. There's still a lot of football left to play. Hindsight's always 20/20, but that was an excellent decision by the head coach.
Going to take a shot on second and short. Zings it complete to the right. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes!
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cardinal offense will get its first chance now. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse. It's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. Two NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
Trying play action. Lets it fly. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Quarterback making checks. They'll give it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Canes want to move quickly. Looking to throw on third. Under fire. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves, but that was really tough what he did. He put his body on the line to go pick up that first.
Got him looking run. He wants to throw. That's reeled in. It's Clemens. There he goes. And they give him enough for the first down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the first. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. First play of the period, first down here. Give to the running back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. The give to the tailback. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Canes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Here's the handoff. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Running back searching for a hole. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They've already squandered a couple of chances to score touchdowns in the red zone, and now another opportunity. It's 3rd and goal. Line out trying to get it in. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Looking downfield, it's Wilcox. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on 4th down. The Cardinal pen deep in their own end, looking for a little room here on 1st down. They'll try the run. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Backed up at their own 13-yard line, it's 1st down. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. He's picked off and he's thrown it enough. The sudden change on the turnover, and Manny was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. The Hurricanes in the hurry-up. They'll ride the hot hand. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll move the tight end. Leaves it with the running back. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Miami! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got a man. It's Cross. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for 2nd down.
What's going on, Eric? That you're right. That fight song was pretty tough. You know what I mean, for sure.
Taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it inside the 30. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Under fire. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
The Cardinal will have to come up with a huge play to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. Pulls it in. It's Cross. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. So now on comes the field goal unit. Nestled just inside that right upright. Now the lead is down to 11.
Yeah, they got that freaking jump ball there. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, ain't much you can do. Play pretty good defense on it. You know what I mean? So it's one of those that I feel like if I'd have took control of the dude, I'd have batted it down. But sometimes I get lazy. You know what I mean?
They're trailing by 17 to Arizona.
He's on the loose.
That'll make up for it, right? Let's go.
Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. You get a return like that, and it can't just be the guy with the ball who's right. Everybody has to do a job, and they did that in brilliant fashion on that one. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He'll keep it himself. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Stanford wants to push the pace. Looking downfield very late in the half. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, this matchup on that field there in Coral Gables, sign me up for another half.
And the Hurricanes will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
I know, right? Like I said, that's one of those that I know for a fact if I just took control of that, then there ain't no way they get that. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to try to tackle the ball out. I'm just going to bat the ball down. You know what I mean? So sometimes when you let them make the play, sometimes they just like try to tackle it out. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. It works a lot of the times, but there's times that that tackle the ball out doesn't work. You know what I mean? You're better off just taking control and batting the ball down. But like I said, sometimes I get kind of lazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to take control of every single play and do it all myself. So sometimes I just let it happen. You know what I mean? And it works out pretty well. But like when I have when my players aren't as good, I'll definitely take control like all the time. So this next dynasty, when you see me doing just 1, 2, and 3 stars, I might just do 1 and 2 star players. It really just depends on. It's going to depend on the school I go to. So if I go to like a tier 5 team, then I'm probably going to go with like 1 and 2 star recruits. You know what I mean? Just to change it up, do something fun. So.
If you can generate explosive plays, that's what we've seen in recent weeks from this football team. But this offense, man, they are every defensive coordinator's nightmare because of the players they've got lining up all over.
The offense changing the play. They're going to ride this running back. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll go to the ground. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27. Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? Leaves it with the back. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. I'm not sure this was ever a real decision. They'll go for it on 4th and inches. They'll try to sneak it.
Man, when I was in Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red snoop. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
Looking to throw, it's Wilcox. Makes the grab. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The Canes come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on 1st down. Sets up the screen. Beck's going for the goal line. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And after that 1st down gasher, they're close to the end zone. 2nd and goal coming. Barrels ahead. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now it's 3rd and goal.
This view on the goal line is pretty sick.
They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. Trying to run it in. Touchdown, Hurricane! And the beatdown has ensued. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point gives them a 28-3 lead.
You get down here in the red zone, you get close to the end zone, and you get goal-to-go situations, you've got to be physical, and I love teams that can run the football. They run the football, hand it to the running back, he does the rest, puts it in the end zone.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now. On the run, it's Foster. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut.
Turning it on. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Line gets set, 1st down.
And that's a 1st down for the offense.
They'll try the right side. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. The Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The Cardinal come to the line with lots of work to do on 3rd down. And some room to work. He's not quite going to make it to the sticks. It'll be 4th down from the 36. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell surveying the field.
That big blitz play worked out real nice right there. I wasn't sure about it, but yeah, sometimes those running back plays right there can squeak out of the backfield for a touchdown on that.
brought down after a nice gain. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Right back to the well. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To the ground with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. It'll be 3rd and long. Back to pass. It's Wilcox. A shot toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
And the defense gets the big 3rd down stop, creates some momentum. Hey, I don't know if they're going to go for it on 4th down, but the defense is continuing to fight, continuing to hustle, continue to fly around. Like, these are positive signs from a group that you know needs to continue to grow, needs to continue to build, needs to continue to get better.
And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This Hurricane defense has been an impenetrable wall all day, not moving an inch against these guys.
And it's a complete effort, Reese. It's the front. It's the defensive line owning the work up front. It's the linebackers running. It's the secondary all working together, reminiscent of the 2001 Miami defense. Under 10 points a game, putting together a performance today.
Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Finds his big tight end. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Cardinal can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. The RPO, fire complete to the left. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Great style points on that catch, but they didn't pick up any yardage.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Here's the pressure. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got
The first setting, you have to make sure that you do not have your toggle camera off. Let me show you.
The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning.
So on your visual feedback for your camera, they'll have a option to turn.
Narration option is set to off.
Let me see where it's at. I think it's on this offensive camera settings.
Menu narration option is set to off.
Okay, on this, on the in-game options, it doesn't have an option to turn your camera toggle on and off, but you have to make sure that you have your camera toggle on. And so don't turn that off, and as long as you don't have it off, you can use the down button on your D-pad on your controller. So just use your D-pad. If you push your up, that's for your substitutes, but just push your down button on your D-pad, and that lets you change. That's how I'm changing back and forth between the cameras. It's just hitting down on my D-pad. For a long time, I had the toggle the camera off because it would mess with my defensive substitutions or defensive adjustments, like my defensive hot routes and stuff. But I finally got it down to where I wasn't touching the D-pad, the bottom D-pad on accident. You know what I'm saying? Yep.
They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Unleashes one deep. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Winning those individual
I think it's pretty cool looking to go in between the passing cam and the run cam. You know what I mean? Where you're like right under center, that type of deal. Especially in the Maryland Eye. I think the Maryland Eye looks super cool. Just to kind of be able to follow your blockers. You know what I mean? So.
You wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
That will put the wrap on things from here for
Yeah, so in your dynasty, it's under user settings. Then make sure you have your camera toggle on. You can have these set wherever you want. You know what I mean? That'll be your default. And then you can go in between whatever you want. As long as you have the camera toggle on. If you turn this camera toggle off, when you get in game, you can't switch it. Man, this is one thing right here that I hope they fix and change back on the older games, all the way up through 2014 for the NCAA. All the players that commit automatically go to the bottom of your list. And so I don't know why for some reason they just leave them there. You know what I mean? Wherever they are on your list, they don't move them down. But yeah, it would be nice to see them bring back the thing where they move them down, so I don't have to constantly push dudes up. You know what I mean? This is like one of the most annoying parts of recruiting right here. This is annoying, and the amount of time it takes to get the amount of time it takes to upgrade a player manually is annoying too. So like if I come on here and I want to upgrade the quickness here, I want that bar to go up faster. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you have to make a setting to where it's like faster manual progression or whatever, for me, like I know what I want to do. So I know some people that are just now getting into the game, but like if I'm upgrading multiple things, then I want to be able to just quickly upgrade that. I don't want it to take freaking a decade for that bar to go up. You know what I'm saying? I've noticed in the past few days that I think one of the devs watched one of my videos because I always do the manual progression in there. I think they watched it and saw kind of how slow it was because it seems faster. It seems just a little bit faster. Seems like they upgraded the speed on it a little bit, but it'd be nice to see it get upgraded like quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, just make all these like this cut screen right here. Like I don't need to see this every time, EA. Newsflash, you know what I'm saying? Like if I want to see my players that are at risk, I don't need to see that every time. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess the recruiting update's okay, but I mean I can check my recruiting update and I can check what my school update is. Through the recruiting thing. You know what I'm saying? There's certain like screens. I feel like it can be what's the word, more streamlined. You know what I'm saying? So especially one thing they need to change. This is my biggest pet peeve. at the end of the year when it's all said and done with, and you're in the off season doing your I need to fix players leaving for playing stuff. I know, right? Yeah, that's just stupid. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in thinking that they may say playing style, but I think some of them leave because of playing time. If it sounds, that might sound weird, but I think it's actually playing time that some of my players are leaving because, like, I'll put them in during certain packages and they play good, and I feel like they know they're good, but they don't get the playing time they want, so it says playing style, but I feel like it's actually playing time they're leaving. But during the during the off season when we do the transfer portal, and it's always at the 4th week, when it's all over with, and it shows you that last screen to where it shows all those players that commit, and sometimes there's like 20 players, bro. Just let me hold the button down and skip through all that. I don't need to see the animation come up and say that 20 players have committed in that 1 week. Like, so and so committed, so and so committed, so and so committed. And it's just like over and over. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me hold down the A button and skip all that. That's just me. I don't need to see, like I said, I don't need to see 20 dudes commit. You know what I mean? I get, like, if there's 1 or 2 dudes during the week that commit, that's cool. But yeah, seeing 20 dudes in a row, it takes forever.
Welcome everyone to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. We'll see a squad from the ACC, the Boston College Eagles, taking on last year's national champions, the Miami Hurricanes. EA Sport College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling.
You gotta love college football, man. Last week I was number 1. I had a bye week. Now I'm number 3.
And he'll just take me, and this drive will start at the 25. The Eagles offense will go to work first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent. Both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. Brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Grab behind the line. It's Murphy. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And that's why, as a defense, you can stay in your base personnel because of that linebacker. You don't have to substitute DBs to take on these receivers out in space. This linebacker is quick, he's athletic, and he is outstanding tackling people in the open field.
Calls his own number. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. Boston College lining up to punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. The Hurricane offense will get its first crack at it now. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line.
Here's a glitch that I can't believe is still in the game. I don't know if you saw that, but there's this cornerback over here. I'll show you on the replay. I don't know. I gotta let the play run first. I'm gonna show you this little glitch that's been in the game. I don't know why, but it's been in this one right here. It's been in the 26. It wasn't in 25. But watch this cornerback. It shows it. Nope. So this cornerback out here, he lined up offsides like 4 or 5 yards like here. He was in my backfield just standing there. And then he had to move back. So I don't know why that glitch is still there and why they haven't fixed it. But it's like a free touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see it and you're on a passing down, you can literally just streak that dude, snap the ball, and you have time before he gets back. It's weird.
unselfish players on the field.
It's old school, man. We're in an era of college football where it's up-tempo, spread, air raid. Games are still won and lost, though, in the trenches. And because this is one of the best offensive lines in all of college football, that is a huge advantage this offense takes into each and every game.
To the air, it's Wilcox. He's got it. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. And the Canes want to crank the tempo. Looking downfield on first down. Get it out on the screen. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Just keep slinging it. Unloads to the wideout. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Hurricanes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. And the Hurricanes trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. They'll try to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Canes.
My running back this year, every time the dude gets tackled, it's like he's hurt again. So that's another thing about this game is sometimes these players play hurt. So I guess it's like real life, you know what I mean? Like they don't really tell their team that they're playing hurt, you know what I'm saying? But this dude definitely, every time he gets tackled, he's injured. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have to take him out and let somebody else start, you know what I mean?
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. After that last completion, it's second down. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Montana. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive. But how about the defense just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field?
Punt is on its way. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Back to pass, it's Wilcox. Now he's going to break the pocket. Got rid of it just in time. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Quickly, they make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Clemens. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Caught. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately. The Canes headed quickly to the line. Going to sling it on second down. Pulls it in. It's Clemens. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. red zone looking for a receiver. Finds a man in the middle. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Trying to surge it in. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Power ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Miami! Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Boston College, 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Catch in the middle, it's Morse. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Bring in the heat. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
I was wondering how he even got out of the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude. Yeah. I don't know. I have no clue, man. I tell you, this nickel blitz is coming in hot, man. I haven't been running this with Miami very much, and my defensive line is really good out here at Miami. But I kind of just use it real sparingly because it is kind of a little bit cheese. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. I don't mind. I don't mind running with some cheese every once in a while, but I like to run a lot of coverage. You know what I'm saying? It keeps my coverage skills in tune, but every once in a while you got to run those man blitzes. Otherwise, you just kind of, you know, if you don't use it, you lose it type of situation. So, but yeah, I have no clue how that we got up out of there.
Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Trying to escape and get it himself. And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact.
And it's just a pick-your-poison thing for this defense. They decide to play man-to-man. Really good coverage in the back end, taking away the pass. But then what happened? The quarterback sees it. Not only does he see it, everybody trailing their guys, so much space for him. He takes off and makes the huge run for this offense.
And the Canes will hustle to the line.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a 1st down. Quarterback may change this route. Off the RPO, complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And they corral him at the 2-yard line. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Snap it to the back. And he walks us in for the score.
Speaking of cheese, there's a little bit of halfback direct snap. You know what I'm saying?
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one.
Hey, if you run custom playbooks, man, this trio four wide receiver strong is an extremely OP freaking formation. Like, it's got the really good it's got the good read option. It's got the really good halfback direct snap. The good thing about this halfback direct snap is there's not a hesitation. The running back doesn't do that little hesitation move like some of those do. And let me kick this real quick. But yeah, he doesn't do that hesitation move. And then there's also a halfback direct snap reverse that's really freaking cool.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wants to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on second down. Lets it fly. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. He goes down after the short return.
I read that one like a book. He was running that stick and move route. Yeah, that stick and nod. He was running that stick move. Saw that coming from a mile of freaking way.
Quarterback making adjustments. Back to throw, it's Wilcox. Out of the backfield, he's open. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. It's complete to the right. Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got it inside the 10. Mark him out of bounds at the 9-yard line. This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes!
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
As soon as I saw my tackle take that dude to the ground, I was like, I'm out here. I had wide open. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, no, I'm taking this myself. Just as soon as I saw that go down. Do a quick read of it real quick. So I'm sitting there looking, and I'm already like, yeah, I probably got wide open. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think I hot rodded the dude on a comeback. Yeah, in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? To kind of hold it. So I was looking at this. I got the tight end going out there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, as soon as I saw that right there, I was like, that dude's going to the ground. You know what I'm saying? So, phew, out I go. See ya. Like I said, I had that dude wide open. I could have threw it either way. You know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely could have. Definitely could have hit him. That was my first read. Was White coming across the middle, and yeah, just cleared out real easily.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a way to finish it with
That Miami mascot, he's been fired up all game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And the Golden Eagles are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Wants to throw on 3rd. He lofts one down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Boston College will send out the punt team. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Looking for a man, it's Wilcox. Showing the arm strength down the left side. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. The Hurricanes moving quickly to the line. To the air on first down. Snagged out of the air. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Looking to throw on first down. A strike downfield. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Now from inside the red zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Got his man. He'll step out of bounds at the 11.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They go to the ground. That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we
I thought I could get that lined up. I thought I could get down on the ground right there before I. Yeah, 3 seconds ain't enough. It's going to have to be 4. I could have swore, though. You know what I'm saying? I could have swore 3 seconds I had enough time. I think if he would have just fell down, I'd have been alright. But the fact that he dove like that, I tried to fall. But he just dove. Probably should have just kicked the field goal. That is what it is.
And what do we do now to try to make this respectable? With that said, let's send it back to the guys in the shadows of South Beach.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. It's all teed up. Boston College will kick to start this third quarter. And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. By might be calling a hot route. Looking downfield on first down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's got him this time. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Hurricanes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Grab near the marker. It's Clemens. Offense has it at the 28 on first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot to get the...
It's a fumble. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one. The Canes racing to the line in the hurry-up. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. And the Canes look to keep this drive humming.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. And the Canes will line it up on 1st and 10.
This is what's so hard as a defense, trying to stop this dual-threat quarterback. Because on the previous play, he hurt you with his arm. And then on this one, he hurts you with his feet. They're going to have to do a better job of getting pressure on him, making him get rid of the football or go down with it. Because his speed and his arm talent right now is a problem.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game.
Makes a man miss. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Hurricanes didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. They'll run the screen. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Got enough space. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
What's up, bro? Marcus says you're gonna lose. I know that's right, bro. I know that's right, bro. What's going on, my guy?
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was
I bet Eric over there will run you.
they put it in the end
What's
zone
up, Eric? You gonna play Marco or what?
and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit back to work. And
Hey, I've lost. I've lost once. You know what I mean? I've lost once. No, I can count on. I can count on one hand how many times I've lost. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all, but they don't have very often. I'm just gonna say. He says, "Roll Tide." I know that's right, bro.
1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. The give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to pass. Pressure coming. He's going to take off. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the front. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Got it in the middle. It's Montana. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first
That's perfectly fine. If I'm a defense, I'm going to give up some yards.
Eric said the only tight I care about is the third
The
shit.
running back catches the football. I come up. He gets a positive
That's
gain,
awesome.
but it doesn't matter.
I think Eric, I think you're a Miami fan, aren't you? Isn't that right? I got a couple of my viewers that are Miami fans. You know what I'm saying? Got some Alabama fans, Oregon fans. You know what I mean? Yeah, quite. It's pretty diverse around here. You know what I mean? Says, how much did you pay for your console? I got my console about, shoot, I want to say it was a couple years after the next gen consoles came out, because I didn't have to get one until the new college football game came out. You know what I'm saying? So I was still running the Xbox. What was the one before this? Xbox One. I'm on Series X right now, so it wasn't too bad. I just paid straight up retail for it. You know what I mean? But since I'm a streamer, I had to get the new console so I could stream the new game. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, I wasn't gonna be able to stream it with the old console. So, oh, you're a Notre Dame fan? That's what's up. Right on. Yeah, I've got, like I said, I've got some Miami fans. I've got some apparently some Notre Dame fans, some Oregon fans. For some reason, I was thinking you was a Miami fan, but I guess not. I think it's one of the other viewers that comes in here. So I think maybe he was talking about how much did I pay for my streaming setup. Appreciate the likes, Marco. Thank you. Also, Eric, I'm sure you've been hitting that like button too, so I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I think he was talking about my streaming setup. You know, so most people don't ask me how much I paid for my console. So I think he was talking about my streaming setup. Which nowadays, man, you can get a streaming setup as long as you're using your console to play the games. Then your streaming setup, man, they're cheap. You know what I mean? You can get really cheap streaming setups, but I don't have a bunch of fancy stuff either. The webcam I use is actually my GoPro Hero 10, and that thing was super expensive when I bought it, but I bought it to actually stream a lot of different things on the YouTube channel. I just, at the time, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to stream, because I was going to stream either stream something else or this game. And so I got that, and I can use it for my webcam and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Marco. I think Marco was talking about my streaming setup. You know what I'm saying? Most likely. I don't know. Maybe in console. But I think we're gonna kick a field goal here. Oh, I don't like that view at all. I don't like that close-up view on my field goals at all. That's crazy. That's super weird. I think Marco rolled out already. Yeah. I was gonna tell him I'll play him if he wants to put his gamer tag up there. And I get a lot of people that come in here always asking, "You want to play? You ready to run? You ready to run? This and that." And I tell them, "Yeah, put your gamer tag up in there. We'll play after this game." And then they just leave. I'm like, "What is up with that?" I don't know if people just don't want to put their gamer tags on stream or what, but it's weird. Now I tell them, I'm like, "Well, my gamer tag's up there. You know what I mean? You can always add me." But who knows?
They'll start this drive going to the air. Connection to the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. It's complete. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Wants to throw it. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the deflection by the defense brings up fourth down. Boston College lining up to punt this one away.
Number 10, on to kick it away.
Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
And they'll take a knee.
It's like we're starting to inch closer and closer to our end of the Miami Dynasty.
The wins keep piling up and the stakes get higher along with it.
Hey Eric, do you know if it? I haven't checked yet, but do you know if it'll if 26 does the forced retire like it did last year? It was like 30 years last year, but I haven't checked into it to see if that does that this year. I think everybody's pretty much. I got pretty much everybody that's set. Yeah, we better change that. Oops. I think I messed up. No. Set that. We're good to go there. I think pretty much everybody's good to go. Let's see if we can set him. How did I miss that? It'll be on here somewhere. There it is. There it is. That's how I missed it. One of them's got the F. Never mind. I want that. We don't want the F there. That dude's got an F. Yes, that is. I don't know why it's not registering that. I'm clicking up. Just hitting it too fast, I guess. Sometimes I'd save myself time if I just slow down on that. We're flipping through it too fast. I don't think we can set anybody there. So we're good to go there. Yeah, I hope they don't force retire me at 30 years on this game, because we still got about a month, I guess, before the new game comes out. What's the release date? Let me take a look here. EA 27. Let's see. 2 set. What's the release date on this bad boy? Have we got a release date? Yep, July 10th. I should know that by now. As long as I've been playing this game, you figured I would know, because it's been like the same release date forever. I think it's been July 10th. I think it might have been July. It used to be like, no, I think it was always July 10th. What about the early release? Is that the early release or not? Let me take a look. Early release, early access. It's the 7th? Yeah, 7th. Yep. Cool. I know what I'll be doing that week. Yes, sir. I'll be freaking streaming that. I mean, of course I always stream, but I'll probably be taking the fucking whole week off of work to stream it every freaking day, all day. Looking forward to the new game. How about you, Eric? You looking forward to the new game? I think we're in the conference championship now, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like I don't mind these little cutscenes right there, but man, I can go without that whole deal they do at the freaking end of the transfer week. Okay, conference championships. Am I not in the conference championship? I'm confused. It says I have a bye week, conference championships. What is happening right now? Okay. Is it putting Pittsburgh? Did it put Clemson in the freaking conference championship over me? And I'm number 2 and they're number 1? You've got to be kidding me right now. Hold on here. It did. I just got snuffed out of the freaking conference championship, bruh. Like, how does that happen? How do you put in the number 3 team? That is freaking stupid, bro. Yeah. Does the ACC have? They don't have like different sides, do they? There's not like an East and West or North and South, is there? That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that. I've been snuffed out of my conference championship game before, but yeah, not by a team ranked lower than me. That's interesting. Okay, well, I guess we're not playing in the conference championship. Guess we're about to find out who we. Yeah, that's wild. Can't believe that. Just got freaking snuffed out of the conference championship. Yeah, I guess. Well, he is the Heisman Trophy right now. All right, let's check it out. Who do we have? Who do we have? Notre Dame, baby. Let's freaking go, huh? What do you think? We've already done Kennesaw State, so we can't do Kennesaw. And if it plays out the way history usually plays out, there'll be 2 small schools next year for a head coach, and then there'll be like 2 offensive coordinator positions too. So it's one of those situations, man. We might have to go over here to Notre Dame. We've never done Notre Dame. So the issue with doing Notre Dame is I'm not going to be doing the 1 and 2 star players. So, but the question is, will I get the job offer again from Notre Dame? Which I probably won't. This is the first time I've gotten an offer from Notre Dame. So, before I take this, let me just double check. I want to double check this real quick. Let me do my college football history just to make sure. I'm pretty sure I have not done Notre Dame. But let me make sure. Okay, we haven't done Notre Dame. We've obviously done Kennesaw State. They want us back, but we can't do that. So, yep, I think what we're going to do is do what we were. I said I wasn't going to take a big school this year or this season, but I'm taking Notre Dame just in case, on the off chance force firing does happen on this game, force retirement does happen at year 30, because I'm pretty close to it. So we're taking the Notre Dame job, baby. All right, Eric. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Just got hired over here at Notre Dame. Got screwed out of our freaking conference championship where we still get the bye, which is wild. I got the bye, and I didn't even get to play my conference championship. Take a look at this. Pittsburgh, Clemson, and Miami out of the ACC. 3 spots, 3 byes. You ain't never going to see that again. That's freaking wild. And Clemson took the loss to Pittsburgh. So that's how that happened. That is freaking wild, man. I know, right? He's like, yay. I'm like, yep. Yep. We just took over at Notre freaking Dame, bro. So it's going to be interesting. This will be my first rebuild for Notre Dame. I've done quite a few schools, but I've not ever done Notre Dame. So it'll be a cool one to do. And if we have some time left as far as like our I wanted to check and see if we had a freshman All-American. I thought it said we had a freshman All-American on there. Guess not. Guess it went back to first team. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, like I said, we picked that up. We don't get to manage our staff yet. So Notre Dame is in Ann Arbor. Or no. Where's Notre Dame? Where is Notre Dame located? Notre Dame location. Okay. We are. Why is it not giving me the location of Notre Dame? Okay, it's up around. Alright, so it's right up there around Chicago, Detroit, Indianapolis. So if I get like a pipeline like Ohio, somewhere around in there. Okay. I'm just checking it out to see where I need to focus for my coaches, my coordinators, probably around the Ohio area. So we're going to hire some staff over here. So this is our OC. He is Tidewater, Metro Atlanta, Indiana. Indiana would be a good one to pick up, I think. Be that area. Nebraska wouldn't be too bad. I mean, really, probably better check him out there. We got Winter, Atlanta. Pretty much the same thing, it looks like. Tidewater, go together. So we got some motivator out there. Tidewater. I'm going to see what the Tidewater pipeline is. What is the Tidewater pipeline? Okay, so it says if I'm in the southeast targeting the Atlantic coast region, a Tidewater is a good spot. Interesting. I did not know what Tidewater was. I was kind of always avoiding the Tidewater situation. Let's take a look here. He's got what? Grow together, motivator, tactician. I'm going to go with this dude over here. We'll go with Frank Muddy. Give him an offer. And then we'll take a look over here. There's another Tidewater. I think the Tidewater dudes, I think that'll be the theme of it. We're going to roll with, yeah, another motivator. All right. Let's go with Rezniak. I think that'll be a good choice right there. The OC is a F, but that's all right. He's a motivator, and the other dude's a motivator, so that's all that really matters. All right, very good. We got our staff hired up. We're in week 2 of week 4. So take a look at the bracket here. All right, it's 9 o'clock. I don't think we're gonna get into. I don't think we'll get into this because I know how I am. Once I get to another school, then I'm gonna do the recruiting, and I'll be on here for another like 5 hours. So I think we're gonna dip off, and we'll finish this up tomorrow, and then we'll get into our Notre Dame situation over there. So, Eric, I appreciate you stopping in and checking out. Yeah, we're doing. Yeah, we got hired in over there at Notre Dame. I was gonna do a small school and just do the 1 and 2 star recruits, but I've not gotten an offer from Notre Dame yet. I've been wanting to do Notre Dame, so I think I'm pretty close to the 30-year mark. And at 30-year mark last year, my coach got forced retired, so I'm pretty close to that. So if I end up getting forced retired, I want to be able to at least get Notre Dame done. You know what I'm saying? At least have 1 year at Notre Dame before they force retire me. But I don't think it's. I don't know. I haven't checked. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. You know what I mean? If I get to the 30-year mark and they force retire me on the game, then they do. But on 2025, on the 30-year mark, they force retire you, and you can't keep using your coach. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens. We'll get through Notre Dame, and then we'll definitely go for a small school after Notre Dame. It is what it is, unless, like, hopefully Virginia. Virginia is one that I've been wanting to do. So hopefully Virginia or Maryland or somebody like that will offer me. I'm hoping for. But yeah, Notre Dame ended up offering us, so I took the job over there at Notre Dame. So you'll like that. Notre Dame's cool. They got a good atmosphere and they got a good mascot. You know that. I don't have to tell you that. You're a Notre Dame fan. So, but yep. All right. Anyway, we're off here, bro. I do appreciate you stopping in, checking it out, and tune in. Like I said, tune in tomorrow. We'll finish up the playoff, and then we'll start in on the recruiting for the Notre Dame, and we'll probably play 1 or 2 games with Notre Dame, but and we'll see what we got there. I want to kind of take a look. Let's take a look real quick, get a sneak peek into what Notre Dame has on their roster real quick. So we'll kind of take a look here and see. So take a look here. Looks like, oh yeah, got a decent little pocket passer. So we're going to need to pick up a quarterback. And looks like Eric dipped out. He's like, I don't want to see it. That's what's up. Yeah. So we got some decent running backs. The team's going to be pretty decent for sure. We're going to need some wide receivers coming in. We got some decent little freshmen right there. Yeah, it's good tight ends, some good young tight ends. That's what I like to see right there. Offensive lines, okay. We got some young guys. We got some older guys. So we definitely need to focus on the offensive line for Notre Dame, that's for sure. And defensive line's young, ready to go. That's what I like to see there. Got some nice young linebackers. Outstanding. Yeah, so the core here looks really good. I mean, we'll be able to pop in here and do a real smooth transition and hopefully win a Natty the first year. I don't ever say it's guaranteed or anything because you never know. I've gotten beat in years that I did not think I was going to get beat. So it is what it is. Looks like we got a young kicker. Hopefully they already put a punter on the board. I'm sure they probably did. I don't know why they didn't. But yeah, that'll be our team next year. We'll see what's left there and what's not left there, all that good stuff. Let me take a look and see what this will be my first year doing a 5-star, straight up 5-star team. All these teams that I've built up, I've only been able to get to 4.5 stars. So I don't know why. I don't know why I can't ever get over that mark for the 5-star. But yeah, that'll be my first 5-star team that I do right there. So anyway, I appreciate y'all stopping in, checking out the stream. Tune in tomorrow, and we'll dip over there and do the Notre Dame, and we'll finish out this one, see if we can make this bowl run and win another Natty before we leave at Miami. So anyway, I appreciate you stopping in and checking it out. Peace.